Hello there, how are you today? In today's video, we are going to talk about what is the best way to take good bend in IELTS speaking. It means we will talk about the IELTS tips and tricks. Now, the first and the most important thing in IELTS is fluency. Fluency means that you have connected sentences, that when you talk, you don't feel hesitation. Number three, that you avoid repetition. For example, if the examiner asks you, what is your hobby? So you can answer, my favorite hobby is playing football because it's good for health. But I also like to play cricket because that's full of entertainment. So you connect your sentences with the help of and, but, and because. And this is counted as your fluency. If you answer in disconnected sentences, you will not score good band. That's why in the part number 1, this is important that your sentences are connected together with the help of some linkers. Number 2, you will avoid repetition. You will not repeat the same sentence again and again. For example, if you say, the best way to stay healthy is to play games, and the best way to stay healthy is to go to running. So these are the kind of repetition, and the examiner should not say or should not realize your hesitation, and you need to speak confidently. These are the things that you have to take care in part number 1. In part number 2, the time is important. If you speak less than 1 minute, you will lose band. In the same way, when you have disconnected sentences, part number 1, you lose band. So what will you do? You will take care of time. You will speak about more than 1 minute. It should be 1 to 2 minutes. And you will have to talk step by step, and you need to ensure that all the answer of the question in the cue cards is practiced and it is spoken well. In part number 3, part 3 of the IELTS, you will have to give long answers, and you have to ensure that you speak about 8 to 9 sentences and they should be connected. You also have to use uncommon words, good vocabulary. Like the fluency, the examiner will also like to see your vocabulary, and vocabulary means the use of uncommon words. For example, instead of thinking, you can use the word perception, and you can also talk some idiomatic phrases. You can include some idioms, and you will have to talk complex sentences. Number 3, your pronunciation should be perfect. It means the stress of the words on the right place. You should not have to sound differently from common English pronunciation. Otherwise, you lose band. For example, if you say historical to historical. If you say historical, you lose band because you're not pronounce the word historical is historical, and instead you say historical. And the last thing, which is important, that is grammar. Your sentences should be grammatically correct, and you should use complex sentences. So there are 4 important tips. First is fluency. It means the use of connections and in the sentences, and you also have to avoid repetition. You need to talk fluently with confidence. Number 2, in vocabulary. In vocabulary, you will have to use uncommon words. Number 3 is pronunciation. You will have to stress the right words on the right place. And number 4 is grammar, that the use of right tense, the use of right voice, like active voice or passive voice. And apart from that, you will have to use the right and correct use of the parts of speech. All these things increase your band. If generally you take 5 band and you take care of these 4 tips and tricks, you can score up to 7 band. And if you take 6 band, you can score up to 8 band. So it increase full 2 band if you take care of all these important tips and tricks. If you like the video, you need to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you and goodbye.